Hey y'all, what's up, what's good, what's poppin'? My name is Destiny. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button to become a part of the crew. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a little story time. It's a little bit on the longer side, so grab your blankets, get comfortable, because it's about to go down. But before anything, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, do all that you gotta do. Turn your post notifications on so you already know what's up. So let's get right to it. Okay. April 14th. That was a Sunday. I had just woken up and it was raining really hard. And we got an Amber Alert that said there's going to be a thunderstorm, there's going to be a flood, My mom and I had already planned to not go to my grandparents' house because my grandparents live in a forested area. And so obviously, like, if there's going to be a tornado or something, like, we're actually trying to make them come over to our house to be more protected just in case. We were going to cancel on my grandparents. We weren't going to go. But then the storm actually went down, and this was around like 3:30, somewhere around there. And we're like, okay, well, whatever, let's just go, right? So on the way, my mom called my grandma, and my grandma was like, hey, why don't we just make a sancocho? For those that don't know, sancocho is a soup, a traditional soup over there in Colombia, from where we're from. She was like, can you stop by the farmer's market and pick up some avocados, some bananas, some other things? And so we did. So we went to a farmer's market and then we picked some things up. And then next door was a Krispy Kreme. And I was craving donuts. So I was like, Mom, can I get a Krispy Kreme? She's like, yeah. So we got Krispy Kreme. We got half a dozen donuts. And then we got like them slushies, the strawberry slushies. And you know, like, they're red. Keep that in mind because that comes in later. So we got the stuff that we needed and we're driving towards our grandparents' house. So we've never taken this road to go to my grandparents' house, which I thought was crazy, but everything just comes to play. So we were driving and we're listening to Billie Eilish, Bad Guy. And my mom and me, like, we're not the type to be like vibing to she doesn't like my music. And we're just listening to my music and we were just like vibing, you know, we were dancing, talking, singing, all that. And we're driving a 40 and it was a one-way street. It was just like two lanes and they were separated, whatever. My mom driving like normal 40 and she was like, hey, what's that song? Can you change that song? Like, can you put it again? I was like, yeah. And then, okay, so I go to put on the song. And I look down at my phone for like 2 seconds. And while I'm looking down my phone, my mom's yelling, screaming. She's like, oh my God, what's that girl doing? What's that girl doing? Like, she just kept repeating. And then I looked up, and in a split second, she crashed into us. Well, take in mind that this girl was actually driving 80 on a 40. The only thing I saw coming was, like, I only saw the car on top of us, because after that, like, it happened so fast. I passed out, like, I blacked out for like a couple seconds, so I couldn't see everything. The car actually hit my mom. So my mom got all the hit, it hit her side, completely her side, to the point where she couldn't actually open her door. The firefighters later came and they had to like tear the door open with the saw. It was the worst thing ever. As soon as I woke up after those 3 seconds of blacking out, the first thing I recognized was the smell of the airbags, because all of the airbags popped completely. And then my mom told me, like, I was just like observing everything, just like looking around slowly. I did not move because I knew something in me told me, was like, do not move, because I watched enough Grey's Anatomy to know that you just shouldn't move when you know you're hurt. So my mom, first thing she did was check on me, check my teeth, check my nose. Everything was fine. I had like the slushy actually is spilled on my face, and since it was red, she thought it was blood. I got a scratch here that I didn't even know was there from the mirror, because the rearview mirror actually like came out of his place and it hit me in the face. That's what we're assuming happened. We don't exactly know. First thing I did was move my feet, because let me tell you why. Because I felt something was wrong. I was like, I can't be acting this slow. Like, I felt myself dumb. Like, I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. As soon as I got conscious again, I felt that my back had been broken. And so that's why I moved my toes. What I felt was, like, you know how your back is like that, like it curves out? Well, I felt that it was out, in, out. So I just automatically, I knew that something went wrong. I didn't freak out, but honestly, I feel like it's because I was in shock. My mom told me I had to open the door, and I couldn't open the door. There was this man, I remember, he was so sweet. He helped me open the door. And the guy from the back also, he stopped and he helped us and everything. He was talking to us. And the first thing my mom did when they opened the door was ask if she was okay. She got out the car. Her mom got out the car and came to my mom's car and was like, hey, she didn't do it, she didn't do it, she didn't do it. And the first thing my mom did was, is she okay? And so that just says a lot of character. So yeah, her mom was behind her, said that she was driving, and then that she passed out. But that's not what the other people saw. That's the tea. The ambulance came and they had to get me out. They asked me if I could get out myself. I was like, nope, my back is broken, please do not move me. And they had to move me. They put like a brace on my neck. They put my legs in restraints. And if you know me, I can't stay still. I don't know if it's my anxiety, I have no idea, but I'm always shaking my legs, especially in moments like that. I'm like, everything's shaking. So I told him, I was like, as soon as they put me in the ambulance, I was like, sir, please, please, please take me out of these leg restraints. I need to move. My mom and I actually went in the same ambulance. The whole time I was thinking, when are we gonna get to the hospital? Like, can we just arrive, please? Anytime, like now, anytime now. The girl in the car, actually, she was in the ambulance behind us, just in case, we had to check in on her. It was very traumatic. It was tragic. The accident, it was no words. It was bad. I don't really remember a lot from that point because I was in shock, so I couldn't tell you everything detail by detail. That's all I remember really from the scene. The car was totally messed up. So that's what happened there. And as soon as we got there, all I remember is coming out of the ambulance and they put me in a room. They checked me out, everything. Talked to so many nurses. They moved me from beds to beds. It was the most painful thing, because just imagine, like, your back is broken and you're lying on a hard surface and they keep moving you, and it's not like they can like pick you up and then place you. No, like they were like they have to slide you. It was a very painful moment. I didn't get any meds until I arrived. When I got the meds hit. Boy. I love my family so much. I'm so grateful for them. Thank you so much for anybody that's watching, for everything you did that day, because you really helped me get myself together. But my family was there. Everybody came as soon as they heard. A little TMI, I was on my period. And so when you're on your period, it's kind of hard to differentiate like internal blood to your period blood. So they had to stick a little catheter up my and just so they can tell the difference. That part was no fun at all, but that was the least of my concerns. Like I said, the scratch on my face. I still have 2 bruises. I'm sure. Well, I can't really show you. I have 2 bruises right here on my hips. They're starting to fade away, but they didn't really. Like just now, I still have them, and it's been a year. So sorry about the AC, by the way, you guys. It's gonna be coming on and off for the time being. I forgot to turn it off. They took me to get some x-rays done. But before that, they had to give me medicine. I don't remember the names. I just remember it started with the M. And it dozed me off to take off a little bit of the pain. So we got the x-rays, CAT scans actually. And after the CAT scans, my surgeon came and was like, hey, how are you? Listen, I was like, I felt it coming. I had not cried at all. Like, even with the pain, I didn't cry. But as soon as my surgeon told me, you won't be able to dance the same, that just killed me. But also, because I have so much love and so much passion, I just knew that I could beat the odds. And so that's the attitude I kept for the whole time. He told me that, I started crying, because I'm not gonna lie, it got me down. It's completely normal to cry, especially during these circumstances. They checked out my mom in the other room, and my mom was really hurt. Like, she had a lot of bruising, especially in her legs, her ankles, but fortunately, thank the Lord, she had no internal issues. She was released that same day. So she was with me the rest of the day. So they sent me to another room. They sent me to the ICU. What they did was they take like wet wipes, big wet wipes, and they wash your body with it. So you don't get to shower. Like, I couldn't move. I could barely walk. So I had like a couple, 5, 6, I don't know. I had a lot of them actually. And they would all bathe me. Like, it was so cute. It was a little embarrassing, but at the same time, I was drugged. So it's not like I was thinking about that at the moment, I wanted to sleep, so I fell asleep. They woke me up early in the morning. April 15th, I had my surgery. I couldn't eat 12 hours before surgery, which is why they made me have my surgery the next day in the morning. They took my mom, my stepdad, and I to talk to the surgeon and tell me everything that's gonna happen to me, the procedure, the risk, what's gonna happen afterwards, post-op, all of that stuff. Everybody was so nice. The surgeon, I love him. Everybody was laughing in the hospital. It was such a nice vibe, such a positive attitude, which I love so much, because it just like, you feed off of that. And I'm just so grateful to have all of that staff next to my side.
A little bump, darling, okay?
Alrighty. Say hello, Miss Holly. Hi. Over here, where you at? Say hello.
What's up, y'all?
So it's time for surgery, and this guy, he was like, hey, where you from? I was like, Colombia. And then he was like, oh, Colombia, take me to the hacienda. I was like, huh, I don't know what you're talking about. But he was saying that the whole time. And as I was going in, like, my family and people, they were lined up across the walls. It was the cutest thing ever. So we go into the operation room, and then the lady, she was talking to me about something, and then boop, I'm asleep. I'm knocked out, and I don't remember anything. I wake up and I'm in the ICU. They do a lot of tests. Obviously, I was drugged.
Recording. I'm recording now. I know.
Like, very, very drugged. Hey girl, what's up? How you feeling? I'm feeling. You're feeling? I'm feeling. Good, that's good. Yeah. I know, I was talking reckless. Excuse me. Yeah, it was pretty funny. People could come visit. I could finally eat, but I couldn't eat like solids, like hard food, because I was still weak. I had to eat like Jello and drink a lot of water and da 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 da. That's what I remember from that day. So then the next day, the physical therapist and it was another therapist, I don't remember. I love them. I fell in love with them because they were just the best people ever. The most kind-hearted people, the most good-looking people too. I remember this one guy.
You ready to go down?
I don't need to pee no more.
Oh man. Maybe when you get up you'll have to.
Oh, probably. But they were so sweet, and they tried to help me start walking because I forgot to mention, one of the things that my surgeon had mentioned was that I was not going to be able to walk for another 6 months. So the physical therapist came in after surgery just to see where I was at with my body. They taught me how to train, like how to do physical therapy. So they gave me this vest. This is my baby. They gave me this $2,000 vest. And I was not allowed to take it off. Well, I had to wear it every time I wanted to go walking somewhere. I wanted, just to stand up even. So I had to put that on, and it was very painful because when they had the surgery, they had to put staples on my back. So they gave me the vest, and then what they did was they had like a belt, and then they wrapped the belt around my stomach, and then they had to pull me. And it was very painful, I'm not gonna lie. It was one of the most painful things I've ever been through. It was very frustrating, which was another one of the factors that just upset me the most, that brought me down, because I'm a type of person that, like, if somebody tells me you can't do it, then I have to do it. And so, I mean, the day after surgery, I started walking. I started training on how to walk. Of course, I had a little walker thingy. I looked like a little granny, but I walked a couple of steps, and then I'm pretty sure the next day, Wednesday, they moved me to another room out of the ICU. They started giving me regular food. I remember specifically eating, it was the grossest thing ever, but I remember specifically eating eggs, bacon, and pancakes. And I just can't get over the taste of hospital food. Like, it's not bad, but it's just not the best, So yeah, I still have that imprinted in my head. It's like, ugh. A lot of my family and friends came to visit me at once, and it was very nice. It was just very uplifting. Okay, that's the positive side. On the other hand, at night I was waking up like every 2 hours. I couldn't sleep because my regular way of sleeping, I sleep on my stomach. And once you have back surgery, I forgot to mention, they put 2 rods in me, 2 titanium rods and 12 screws. So I had fractured my L3 and my L4. So those are the bottom discs in your spine that control a lot of your movement. It was literally like a millimeter close to my nerves. And if it would have reached my nerves, I could have been paralyzed. The Lord is big. He knows my purpose. And I'm just so thankful for that, because every day I just remember, dude, you're here for a reason. So when you're sleeping, obviously, like, these are the metals on my back. Like, it's gonna push down on you. I couldn't sleep like that, so I had to sleep either on my side or facing upwards. So I kept waking up like every 2 hours to take my medicine because I just couldn't tolerate the pain. And the part that sucked was that the pain got worse, so they had to give me stronger medicine. And the stronger the medicine, you have to wait a longer time to take it. That part really sucked. The sleeping at night. In the morning, I rested, I napped. My friends came to visit, family came to visit, listened to music. I was in the hospital for a week. I learned how to go up the stairs, which was actually surprisingly easy. I really did not think I was going to be able to, but it was the easiest thing ever. It was easier than walking. My attitude, my mindset, everything was so positive. I was so on it. Period. Everything just started to look up for me personally. Like, that's how I felt. So it was April, right? It was mid-April. Prom was that time. And I mean, I wasn't gonna go, but my best friends came to see me. Tara, you will be seeing a lot of her eventually. She was so sweet. Her and her family are the sweetest thing. They're my second family, honestly. So she brought me a crown. And she was like, you're my prom queen. I love her so much. My other best friend also came to see me in her little suit. Okay. They look so good. I have a couple pictures. I might post on my Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram. The link will be right below. It's just my name, Destiny Corosine. I'm going to be posting about it if I haven't already. So let's just fast forward, because pretty much what happened, it was the same thing, you know, pain, family, visiting, and all of that stuff. I was drugged again for most of the time, so I don't remember a lot of detail. So Saturday came, it was my release date, finally, but at the same time, I was kind of upset because when you're in the hospital, you know, you have so much, like, you have a whole staff in the snap of your finger ready to help you, you know, and it was a little scary coming out of the hospital because I relied on them for a whole week, and then I have to go home, and it's my mom, my stepdad taking care of my little brother. So it's like, you know, it's things in your mind. I couldn't sit in the back, so I had to sit in the front. And I'm not gonna lie, I was still paranoid, but I trusted. Like, I had to, you know, put everything in the hands of God, because if not, then I'm just gonna live my life paranoid for everything, and I can't do that. So we go home. I had my little wheelie thingy. It was so cute. And they went to my room. They changed my bed because my bed is really tall. They changed my bed for my little brother's bed, which is way smaller. And then I had to sleep with like 4 pillows stacked. Again, I had to sleep with like on my side. It was a lot of adjusting. And I'm so sorry to my parents, because it was also a lot of waking up in the middle of the night to feed me my meds, because I just couldn't take the pain. I had to take, I don't know the doctor term, I had to take perks. And I also had to take muscle relaxant throughout the week, throughout the month. A lot of my friends came to visit, and it was the best part about coming home, because I just felt so closed in that hospital. Like, even though I felt so much love, I just felt so closed out of the real world, like the world outside of me. And I just felt like Destiny just disappeared like that. And these are the best months, like April, May in school, because we have our school shows, we have prom, we have our last days with our seniors. It was that's the part that did get me down, especially our dance show was coming up a month later, and my doctor told me I couldn't walk for 6 months, less can I dance. We said I'd probably have to recover before I dance like a year or even more. I couldn't leave my house. It was too dangerous for me, because like anybody can hug me too tight, and it can cause me, again, a lot of pain. Also, like in a car, if I go even a speed bump could damage my back. At the time, I had time with a physical therapist coming to my house. Also had an occupational therapist. She was the sweetest thing ever. I practiced my walking. My breathing was really horrible after this accident, and after practicing with my physical therapist, my breathing actually got a little better. I still have permanent issues with my breathing, as well as many other things, but my breathing has gotten better after a couple exercises. I couldn't go back to school for the same reason, for the reason that it's a lot of people, and just anybody like trying to get to class, you know, shoving me, it could hurt me bad, probably even to a point that I can still get paralyzed, because like I said, the bars are still new and they're holding my spine together. So anything pokes out and it can damage my spine, my nerves. I was on quarantine around this time last year as well. I had a lot of support from like my dance family, my friends, my closest friends, everybody, and I just felt so loved throughout these times, and it was a great feeling. It also brought me a lot closer to like my family and my friends. And honestly, it's the hard times that make you see and make you realize who your real friends and who the real people in your life are. Like, who's gonna stick around through your worst moments and through your best, regardless. And it really opened my eyes. Since I couldn't go to school, I had a homebound teacher, and a homebound teacher, what she does, she works with multiple kids. She goes to the school and picks up the work, but then she brings the work over here, and she helps you with that. And so around this time was finals, and that was very stressful for me because homework was the last thing I was thinking about while laying in my bed in pain, but I still had to do it. My chemistry teacher, though, she didn't excuse anything, so I have to retake chemistry. Yeah, shade to you, miss, you know who you are. It really, I passed the year. I became a junior. Over time, I started feeling better. I had a lot of physical therapy with my stepdad. He's a physical therapist. And so that became very useful here because every single day we were doing physical therapy, pushing me harder and harder every single day. Even with dance stretches and dance therapy, it actually helped me a lot before entering dance world again. During the summer, I got to go out again. I had to still use my walker. I couldn't stop using my walker for a long time, actually. And it was very frustrating because at home, I didn't need to use my walker. But the doctors kept telling me, like, just in case anything. I couldn't even go down the stairs. My surgeon, my doctors, they didn't let me go down the stairs. I could only go down the stairs once a day. And that was very frustrating for me as well. But at the same time, I got the TV in my room for that minute, so it was kind of a bougie moment, I had a doctor appointment in July, so they could see my progress, how my back is doing. I had a scan done, and then they said, no, you still have to, this thing, I had to go around wearing this thing for 3 months without, I had to wear it every single time I got up. Showering was the most stressful thing because I couldn't stand up. I still couldn't stand up without, like I said, without this thing. And so I had to sit down in this chair. My mom had to shower me. Bless her heart. That was very frustrating too because, you're so used to doing something your whole life and now somebody has to do it for you. And at this age, it's like, oh my God. But bless her. I'm so grateful for her. I could finally shower myself after 2 weeks, 3 weeks. How you look so perfect when you first. My voice is going away because of how long I have been talking. So I'm sorry if you feel a difference. After my doctor appointment in June, I went back in July and I finally took it off after 3 months. Hallelujah. Because this thing, it's cute. It's funny story. I went to the mall with my friend and this girl stopped me and she was like, hey, where'd you get your vest? It's so cool. I was like, it's a medical vest. But thank you. You can break your back for one though. It was very awkward. It was the most awkward thing ever. So after that doctor appointment, I took off this thing and my surgeon he took off my staples. That was the hardest thing I had to face because I didn't have drugs this time. There were literal staples in my back, 36 of them to be exact. And I had to take them all, he had to take them all off. And it was so painful. After all of that, I tried making everything as normal as it could be. I wanted to be back to normal. So my dance teacher from school, she offered for me to come in and she would give me a couple stretching classes and a couple dance classes so I could start dancing again back to normal in school, which obviously I wasn't able to do in such short time. And honestly, it was very frustrating. But I learned that patience is everything. Patience is key because time is everything. With time, you heal faster. Not faster, but with time, you heal. And that's something I had to learn the hard way because I was always pushing myself and risking myself a lot. But, I also knew my limits. I just like to push them a little bit. So I got back to school. I started training again. My surgeon told me that I wasn't going to be able to touch my toes ever again. So you know what I had to do? I had to start stretching and trying to touch my toes. And I can. So that's a very big accomplishment. I still have the 2 rods in my back with the 10 screws, and I'm never going to actually recover 100% ever, because I don't have the same flexibility, the same mobility that I had before in my back. And as a dancer, like, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, that's the worst thing ever. But no, because you adapt. And I'm taking it, honestly, I don't take it as a bad thing. Like, yes, it can be frustrating, it can bring you down. It's just something very sad to hear and very disappointing. But it all depends on your mindset. So what I did, I was like, no, this is just gonna make me special. I mean, I might not have the same flexibility I did before, but 1, I can work towards that goal. 2, I can adapt to it and make it work, find a way to do it. But at the end of the day, I'm me. I have these rods. I can't do anything else besides have a positive attitude, besides adapting to the new person you are now. I like to think of it as my rebirth, and it sounds so cliche and whatever. You can call it whatever you want. But to me, it means the world to me, because to me, it's like it was a second chance, another chance I was given to prove to the world that I am who I am, and I am here for a reason, and I have a purpose, you know? So from all of that, I got to meet a lot of wonderful people. I got to do an interview with this news reporter from Colombia, because she was inspired by my story. And so I had an interview with her, and out of that actually came to me meeting this wonderful lady, Rosina Hill. She's actually a ballerina in Cirque du Soleil, and I got to go backstage and meet everybody from Cirque du Soleil, and I got to watch the show. It was awesome. It was amazing. So currently I am dancing at school. I am actually choreographing a couple of dances at school, and I am also dancing at my old dance studio. Every single day, you know, I'm working towards my purpose, towards my goal, keeping that right mindset. If you haven't taken anything from this story, I want you guys to take this. Everything is all in your head. It is all completely up to you. You have control over your mind and over your attitude and over your emotions, your feelings, everything. And as long as you're keeping a positive attitude and mindset, I promise you that you're just going to feel like a better person. But not just that, you're going to accomplish so many things, and you're going to be way happier, because it's just a feeling. Like, you know your purpose. You're supposed to be doing this, so why shouldn't you be working towards it, you know? I have dreams, aspirations, goals. I have this hunger for my future. I just hope that this reaches out to the right people, and that somebody hears my story and gets inspired and motivated to do the same thing I did, to look the positive way, to keep that positive mindset. That is that for this video. How are you guys doing in quarantine? I'm a homebody. I'm always at home. One thing is being forced to be at home, and another thing is being, like, wanting to be at home. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. But this is kind of like, it's a little scary, but again, this applies as well. You know, keep your head up. I hope everybody is doing good out there. Everybody, please take the precautions that you need to be taking. Take your vitamin C. Stay at home. Please stay at home. Hand sanitizer. If you don't have hand sanitizer, rubbing alcohol, honestly, anything helps. But especially staying at home. You have no idea how quick one person can spread this virus to so many other people, and it just keeps spreading. And the more you stay going out, the longer this pandemic is going to last. So guys, please stay home. That's all I ask. Just stay home. Stay safe. It's for you, for everybody else, for everybody, for you, for whatever reason. Stay home. What are you doing? Comment below what you're doing in quarantine. I need some new activities to do. I don't know what else to do here. Hey guys, so that is that. Y'all make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. You already know what to do. You already know what's up. And I'm gonna catch y'all later. Love you.